Welcome to the two-edged sword. First and foremost, I want to thank you guys for your patience. I know how we are in the A. We got traffic delays and all kind of things, but guess what? We do not stop. We have a hot lineup tonight. And first off, I definitely want to give a shout out and have these beautiful ladies come up, really briefly introduce themselves to you guys and let them know what these sisters have going on. So if we can have the talk show divas come up real quick, everybody give them a round of applause. Hey, yeah. All right, tell everyone who you guys are, what y'all do, what you got going on.
What's up, you guys? My name is Zarisha. I'm part of the talk show Divas.
I'm Jay Moore. I'm a talk show diva as well.
You can find us on Roku, TV 1061, and you know, I'm happy to be here to be vibing with you.
Listen, there we got it. Tell them a little bit about what y'all do with talk show divas. What y'all talk about? It's a little different, but it's flavor, y'all.
Well, you can tell them because you was just a guest on our show last Sunday.
I definitely had the pleasure of gracing you ladies' presence.
Yes, we talk about everything. Life, love, lessons, blessings, you know, all of that. We come on every Sunday at 4:30 on Roku. So chime in.
You definitely can download the Roku app on the Roku TV. You can download the app TV 1061 because I downloaded it myself, guys. So I do be watching. There you go. And then somebody says their own show. Tell them about your show.
Oh, I have two shows. I have one show called The Playlist, a music video show, Countdown. Then I have my own show called The Zarisha Show on Never Level TV, also on the Roku channel.
Yes, thank you, ladies. I definitely appreciate the support. We all gonna line up and get some things done. Nothing like that amazing black bond where we building each other's relationships and everything. So thank you, said. Before we get started with the party, we're gonna introduce everyone. As you know, I'm your host, La'Tanya Moore-Newsome, and to the right we have co-host Ashley Moore. How y'all doing today? Hey. So we have some then Fox. Wait a minute. We got DJ Fox in the back.
I'm in the back today. I'm in the back.
He's going to get the music together. We have two amazing artists. And to my left, I'm going to let him give you a brief description of what he got going on, what he's going to perform tonight, and then we'll see what questions we have for him afterwards.
What I do, it's your boy Trey Dance, man. King of the North, leader, world to the North, man. I already know that, man. Stand up.
What? We don't
like that. Oh, God! Hey, I'm used to big shows. Okay,
he talking like a pimp. Okay, follow your social media. I want to make sure they don't miss a beat.
Y'all can follow me on Instagram at ROTN_Trey Dance. And Trey Dance on all social media.
Hey, Trey. So we can wait. We gonna mix and mingle, you know, cold mixing funds. DJ Fox, you ready to spin the record?
Already, because I don't know what
You gonna just do?
I just don't know what song I'm doing.
Ah, you know what
set. It's the set. Are you doing the set? Yeah. All right, well, drop it.
Let's go. Everybody, welcome Trey.
I got one million times and y'all know something.
move a little bit different. When I pick it up, y'all pick it up, though. When I go. We're gonna count again. When I pick it up, though, y'all pick it up, though. Alright? When I go. Right, keep it up, though. I got my brother here in the studio. Turn up this. Let's go.
Give a round of applause again up for Trey Band. I'm just gonna ask you a couple questions today. So you just performed those songs, and they was very great songs. So one question I want to have for you was, what made you get into music?
I've been doing music my whole life, like, since forever. You know, never with no plan B.
Okay, so it was always straight from the gate, straight from the porch. That's what you want to do.
That's
Okay,
it.
now, okay, so I heard a little bit about you today with the love and hip hop and everything, and the just Brittany. So break that down a little bit. What you got going on? 'Cause you got a couple little things rolling in the back. So
I got one big series I just wrote called Becoming a World. So we're gonna start shooting for that soon. I'm getting ready to go on tour. Me, just Brittany, my top, Benzino. Let's see. I don't know. I got a lot. Like, I have to ask my manager. I'll really just be working.
okay, well, that's what's up. Look at this up. Did good. Thank you for coming
Thank you,
through.
thank you.
We're gonna hear what you got later, okay? Hey, thank you. Yeah, thank you, Trey.
Trey Bands, right?
Trey Van.
Nice.
The Trey, we got that Trey. Next up, we have Success. We gonna have Success come up and do a set. Come up.
Yeah. What's up?
So when we get started, let's get a little round. Let's go see what's going on with you. We got two amazing artists.
Yes.
Tell us a little bit about yourself.
Well, I am Success. That's SIXXCESS. That's also my Instagram handle and stuff like that. My name K-Ron. That's my real name. So 6 letters in there. My son was born in June 6th month. My oldest son,
Okay.
6.
So we got numerology going on here. I love it. I love it. I love it.
You got $6.
I wanted to be, successful, so I threw the 6 down to the successful. Now, I got a little bit more than $6 thanks to the credit card and debit card era,
Okay. So how long has this been your passion?
So, like, since 2000, well, let's say I've been writing since 3rd grade. I started writing poetry and stuff like that. So, once I started writing poetry and stuff like that, once I graduated high school and, got into the real world, I started just writing for other artists and realized it was
Okay,
something.
so we got some artists. Can you name a few?
I wrote Pull Up, I wrote Bait, a couple other records that y'all probably may not have heard from Warner artists, Sony artists, things like that.
Okay, yeah, I hear you. So, tonight you're going to grace us with your presence with a
Yes.
set. I know
Yes.
one of them particularly is my favorite.
Yeah, and my record DWI, yes, don't let them
I
play
play it
with
on Apple. I do play it. I do.
you. Yes.
The first that you're going to give us, what's the name of the first song? The second?
So my
Let's
first
just
record
start.
is going to be Glow. We're going to start it off, with that. Then we're going to go into styling, and then we're going to end it off with DWI.
Okay, y'all, let's hit it, DJ.
Like 3 weeks in a row. Let's talk about new album, Food and Rich. I'm on my That's So Six tour right now. You can turn it up a little bit. We're about to crowd us a little bit. Yeah. That's my favorite jam right there. That's it. Let's go. Just a rapper, I'm a rapper, I'm an artist, I sing, I write, I do all that stuff. Y'all follow me there, I am success. SIXXCESS. Don't forget the 2 X's. Don't forget the 2 S's. Cause that guy, not me. Alright? That guy.
Everybody give a round of applause for Warren and our first guest, Talk Show Divas. The show started, and after the show, it's the after party. Where you at, DJ to the box?
Yeah, you ready? Let's get it. What's going on? What's the question?
I'm ready, boo. Stay ready, you don't have to get ready, right? Okay, Mr. Man, right? Alright, so, tonight's topic is, how do you know he or she is the one? And a lot of us are searching for that one. Those of us that are blessed enough to already have that one, you better keep it. Because it's hard out here in the streets. We got questions. I think Ashley gonna start us out. I'm starting us out. Okay, so how to know he or she is the one? Okay? If you feel safe, listened to, respected, and loved in your relationship, you probably found your match. That would be a good match, and I think we all agree, right?
Sounds good.
I mean, that's the start, right? Now let's talk about things to look for. Okay, 1, you feel more comfortable with them than anyone else. You know, have y'all had that just instant connection? You like, oh my gosh, I feel like, how many lifetimes have we been together, right?
Right.
That's one of those times, right? Because it exists. We're gonna talk about, right? It's a sport. Like we out there, we agree. It's a sport. 2, you're supportive of one another without competition or jealousy. Ooh. Yes, because your spouse can be jealous of you.
Yes, she can.
Yes, he can. Hey, y'all, make sure. Yeah, we taking all the 3, you feel your best self and can be yourself. This is deep, y'all. Y'all hearing this out there in the world audience? Like, let me say it again. You can feel your best self and be yourself. And what happens with that, a lot of us are not able to be who we really are. We got, what we call them now, the representatives. We got representatives.
That's not fair. That's not fair.
What's not fair?
Because we tell everybody to put on your best impression when you meet someone, which is what your representative. So if you're going to impress that person, that's a representative, right?
So is this a new slang that's being used?
It is.
As a representative.
It is slang.
Okay.
Right, it is. I don't think so. Yeah, like, be not the self that you're trying to do.
But it says impression, though. Why say put your best foot forward? Then? Why?
It's in a job interview.
Hey, why should
In a job interview, I'm like, listen, y'all seen that show?
You been in a real relationship with a job interview.
She had 10 degrees and applied for a job and didn't have none of the experience. I mean, like, you know what I mean? Like, listen, what you see is what you get. And when we do a lot of that being who you are, I don't care how ugly you are. When I say ugly, not physically, I mean in the inside. Right there, say it's in the inside. If that's who you are on your shadow side, let me see that. Let me see it. What zone when he say the girl came and was like, I want to heal with you. That's that right there. You know what I mean? Because all of us are perfectly imperfect. And when we start thinking and looking at others like we're better than, or we more well put together than that person, you automatically in your psyche, you're going to look at them less than you. Not looking at yourself. When we take time to look at ourselves and find the imperfections in ourselves, we don't have time to be finding imperfections in nobody else. Let them work on them, you work on you. Either we going to heal and grow together, or we going to separate and not be together. So yeah, I listen. If I eat a whole lot, when we go out, my ass is eating a whole lot. You know what I mean? Like,
that's the you already comfortable in yourself, and you are looking for someone that's comfortable with you. But a lot of people don't know who they are yet when they find somebody. So they still trying to fix themselves, and they want you to see who they like. You know what I'm saying? As opposed to what they are. Because their ultimate goal is to be that person that they're showing you.
Would you agree that then it'd be like when he said that's the representative? Like, this is who I could be. This ain't who I am.
Yeah, I mean, It's crazy because when you meet somebody, like, you want to go up there, you want to give them, like, your rundown, like, yeah, I got this, I'm good here, I'm good here. But the reality of it is, even if you got all that now, something can change. Anything can happen.
It can change you. You're right. Woman can change a man. I believe it.
Oh my
For the
goodness.
better,
So that's what you were saying, right?
or for the good, you know what I'm saying? Like,
I heard you.
But that is the thing, you know what I'm saying? A woman will make a man want to change.
You started as a representative, but then they did something that made you go that way.
That's what
And you changed, and then you changed, but they changed.
Not
The
about
change,
changing
the
one
change.
another. It's about being your authentic self. That's what it is. About actually, a lot of people, especially girls, like they come secluded, they forget that giggle side of them, that they actually can tell jokes, or they can actually draw, or they can actually dance. They become like the house girlfriend, the house mom, and you don't see that spark side of them. So when you can be with somebody and you see the older couples, they dancing on TikTok together, or the younger couples cooking together, like a lot of people, when they get in a relationship, they tend to hide that stuff about them. So that's what I took from it, as you being able to be your best self, or being your best authentic self, being able to show who you truly are and your talents, and all in one, not just hiding it away from the world or from your partner.
I was talking to one of my friends earlier. It was something that you said, like, it's interesting. Like, my daughter taught me a lot about girls and women, right? Because I used to always think that there were women that just like needy, moody, whatever the case may be. They didn't want certain things, like really hard women. But like my daughter, she was born, all she wants is like, Daddy, sit down and play with me. Daddy, draw with me. You know, like, show interest in me, right? But yet it's still that, let me cook for you, Dad. Let me clean, let me get this here for you, right? So it's like something in them, in a woman, that they lose that. And it's usually the encounters before the man that they want that is why they messed up. You know, it's like, oh, it's like, dang. You don't want to cook for your man. You don't want to, like, I mean, it's compromise, right? It's the compromise. And a man should want to be able to spark his girl, like, hey, draw. If you like drawing, if you like reading, if you like acting, do that. But there is a compromise. Just like for a man, there's a compromise. You know, like, you have to reel it in a little bit.
Right. I think a lot of those you gotta understand, we're dealing with shadow sides, we're dealing, you know, the higher self, the lower self. So all of us have a lower self and a higher self. Some of us are knowledgeable now at this, you know, in these times, these days, and we've had the access to understand what those things mean. So what happens is some part of something she went through, whoever, these women, just like men, there's a part, the brain's job is to protect us. So when it starts encountering that feeling again, oh, she cheated, oh, he cheated, oh, he hurt, those things, the brain automatically diverts you from that. So what we have to do is be comfortable enough with one another to say, hey, this is me, my flaws and all. Like, if I sit up here, yes, I have the show, we have it, I teach women how to be women, how to cater to your man, because at the end of the day, this is our position. We need to be more supportive, submissive. We need to be doing those things that a woman does. So if a man is going out cultivating and bringing things in, then your job is to do the opposite. So y'all meet each other halfway. You know, when I'm coming this far, you on that far. Baby, you worked all day, baby, I got your meal ready. You need your feet rubbed because you're in these hard-ass steel-toe boots. He shouldn't have to ask for that. Just like when it's time for you to go, baby, no, look, oh, you look beautiful today. We like compliments, like little simple things. I mean, like, women are different. Men are different, but you have different caliber men and women. They're going to want different things that satisfy them. So once you find that match, that woman and that man, and y'all match, then it's going to be natural. Like, you know what I mean?
And I believe that most men are trained to be protective of their significant others, their girl, or whatever. So if you meet a girl and she's very outgoing, energetic, or whatever, when she changes up that, in the beginning, you're assuming that, okay, she just wants to be with me all day long. But I'm pretty confident that if you ask 90% of those men in those situations where the girl has diverted to just sitting home and catering and running, if you ask them, do you wish your girl would go out and do something? Do what she used to do when you met her? They'd be like, yeah, she needs to get up and do something. She can go somewhere. She doesn't have to be in here. But they get that the women get complacency, and because in their mental, if I'm out here, then he's over there. It's a comfort zone, the security that they have to gather.
That codependency, that's a codependency, and not a positive one. If you have to worry about where your mate is going, again, this is why we have to be equally yoked. We should be able to know that, you know what, if success is going out, like tonight he out, he's doing his thing, shouldn't be worried about what chick you with or not. But again, those are triggers, and not a lot of times we do shit just to be trying y'all too. So let's be
about
clear.
It's about the traits that I have shown. Right?
You did something.
If we've been together 4 years, 5 years, 10 years, I've shown traits. You know, I've done something. If she's forgiven me for, right? And that's vice versa. So it's like if I see her now hiding her phone, I'm like, she's talking to that damn nigga again. You know what I'm saying? So it's not the same triggers. Like these things are happening to men and women. It's the same thing, right? So it's like,
hey, listen, that phone thing, I'm gonna advise everybody out there to do what Erica Badu. I'm gonna make you put your phone down.
What? Go to the phone?
No, put it down. Woo, now that's a whole nother, that's a violation code 102.
Bruh, A1, gone. God.
Yeah, we got a problem.
But it still goes to the perspective of what you're looking at. He said he saw it in his daughter. Well, I was looking at my mom, single woman, independent. Didn't show me that love, like, I love you, son. Didn't give me no love. You better clean the kitchen, sweep the floors before I get home, clean the bathrooms, and what else I had to do? All that. You know what I'm saying?
We all did.
But that made me look at it from a woman being strong and independent.
Correct.
You know what I'm saying? So I didn't see the dependent side. So you saw that I didn't have a daughter, so it's kind of, it all goes to how you brought up.
I saw that same thing in my mother. No dad.
You got the same mom?
But we all, but it's ironic that if you were born in a certain era, you have the same, we all have the same upbringing. You know what I'm saying? And the people that you find that don't have that upbringing, they're the anomalies. It's like, wow, you got two dads. You got a dad and a mom in the house.
Or you said the two dads.
You know vegetables. You know, nowadays, you know what I'm saying? Like, you got two dads, okay, whatever, right? But in our world, like, you got your mom and dad still in the house. That's lit. You know what I'm saying? For us growing up, we was like, dope. On Christmas, we just beat up.
It still don't mean they was happy though.
Of course.
Does it?
Because they can be arguing, and mama can be upset all the time. That's not happiness. If you still be too fast,
Let me tell y'all something.
I'm just saying that means you got two parents.
My mama and my daddy argued. We stayed the hell out of their business, and we kept doing. As long as he didn't put his hands on my mama, they was gonna argue. What can we do? Right.
That's still a bad thing.
No. Everybody didn't get affected by that because I understood they was in a relationship. They was gonna argue. They was gonna go through stuff.
I can't see that. All of those shit don't mean you got all right. I can't do that. No, it's not doing that.
I had lost a dad and then gained a stepdad. So when he came around and they argued or whatever the case may be, that was their business.
Right, but
As a kid, I stayed in my place.
yeah, but it also imprinted the idea of what you.
That's
Exactly. Because now I want to argue.
Allow
Okay,
it.
that's not true.
Into your mind and allow that to take over. If you know the difference between them arguing and letting it take over your mind, then you can break the two apart. You can definitely break the two apart of understanding the fact that on this side they're human, they're gonna argue. On the other side, yes, it's emotionally effective, but am I gonna hold on to that just because they had an argument? And let's be clear. So now I'm listening. It's not okay. So no, it's again knowledge of thyself and understanding life. That we could go to work. You work. Some of us got 9 to 5s, or we got to play, whatever the case may be. It could be simply the grocery store. There's never going to be a time that you and another individual don't have a disagreement. There's not one of us in here that can say, I've never had a disagreement with somebody.
Correct.
So does that mean that because you and I had a disagreement yesterday, that you fucked up my whole life? Because we had a disagreement. So, you know what I mean? Like, we're not talking about, I'm on and we arguing and I'm gonna kill you, this and that. It's just like, babe, you ain't take out the trash, and you say, but I'm gonna take the trash out. Like, it's life, and that's how people grow and learn one another.
Right,
it's not toxic. Like, this is normal stuff.
Right.
Me and Fox ain't in a relationship. We argue how many times a week? Like,
That's because it's you.
whatever. See, that ain't that's this guy right here. No, my daughter. That's my daughter. Like saying, like it's like it's just life. Y'all like life. You know what I mean?
Yeah, but let me it's psyche is what I was trying to say. Psyche gets embedded, right? So it's like, no, if I watch my mom in a long-lasting relationship, like with my dad, the outcome that I've seen from kids that have that is only two outcomes. They either get married and be in a marriage where they tolerate and take a lot of things, or they wait until they're really old to settle down and get married until they've done everything, because they don't want to be in a situation where I have to be told, because I seen my mother and father argue when he didn't take out the trash. I'm not ready to do that yet. So that male
That's some bullshit.
And then for 10 years,
but I know a lot of guys who've been with their girl for years, and they've seen their mother and father.
That's that's when you work on yourself. That's shadow side work. You understand what I'm saying? Because if I allow what I went through in my life, let's not talk about before marriage, before losing, spouses, any of that. If I allow just simply my life when we was growing up, how we live compared to how we raise our children and what we have access to now, I would be messed up. So at some point in our lives, as we become adults, we have to take accountability for what direction we're going to go in our lives. I don't care if I see somebody, we see a lot of stuff on social media. We see people get killed, shot, cold blood, this, all slap shit, all that. Does that mean, because I just took that in my mental space, I'm going to go ahead and slap the shit out of somebody? And if you're talking about my kids or my husband, I probably will Smith you, I'm just saying.
But it is about your upbringing.
You gotta pick and choose what you going.
But you're a child. You're watching this as a program.
Let's say it's
You don't just quit. You see your mom and dad do it. You don't think it's accepted.
I see the teacher. We got whooped by teachers. That didn't mean I'm paddling motherfuckers. You know what I mean? That don't mean you know what I mean, Ashley. So you see the little spats in the house, right? Healthy. Now let me go down to before her. I was in an abusive household, purely abusive. Like I seen shit go down that it was like the police is coming every weekend when he's got to drinking. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
And in our household with 3 of the children present, they can't tell you that shit. Like actually he's sitting there like, yeah, and she's taking offense to it because even though, again, healthy, there's nobody sit there and say we have no disagreements. Is anybody putting their hands on anybody? No. Is anybody, you this, that, the third? No. They were
You can disagree, but you can communicate. You don't have to raise your voice. You don't have to be dismissive. You don't have to yell.
I just said it. In your head, automatically, you're going to the worst case scenario of a household.
Because that's what will affect the child, the worst case, right?
Was it a worst case? Ashley, was it a worst case? Because I think she just explained that.
No.
It was minor, like
Can I ask you?
You take this personal.
It's what about y'all? You say that every show. Every show you say, but is the house happy? That's because of an experience that Foxton had within the relationship.
And
every single show, we was extremely happy.
Did your husband's background as growing up, did it shadow yours, or was it like the opposite?
Our backgrounds were similar, and because they were so similar, he was from the hood, Ohio, the hood Louisville, and we knew what we wanted that was different aside from what we had, and that's how we raised our children and how we handled each other, which was it because we meshed together as well.
Right.
You know what I mean?
So like, do you remember the first time, and this is like not a relationship question, like the first time as a kid you took your first trip outside of the hood, and you came back and you told your hood friends how great it was?
I did because I had both sides. So mom's them side is the hood. Dad's them side is middle class, 2-person households. I knew all my grandparents. I know my lineage back 130 some years.
Right.
So again, it gave me the opportunity to make a conscious decision. Do I want to go left? I want to have a single, I want to be the single mother in the projects on welfare and struggling and but I'm a strong woman. I do want to do what I need to do to have this other side of life. So for me, I chose the other side. It doesn't mean I didn't have any of that side. Yes, I've been food stamps. Yes, I've been on, free insurance, medical, been in lines getting food. I did all of that. But however, the route I chose was I know what I want, the image I want for a family and a structure, which is why this show exists.
Yes.
So that we can come together and we can know what it is we're looking for. So what is it like now on topic? What is it that we should be looking for so that we can be equally yoked with one another when we do find that person? So do bad relationships happen? She wants the mic. Absolutely. They do happen. However, you gotta now know, when you know yourself, you know what to accept and who to accept and who not. That's the men that I'm turning away just to, no, this ain't gonna be what, this ain't right. We gotta do that.
I'm learning that men now definitely are waiting till they get older to find themselves. A lot of are experimenting with life, and there's so many different opportunities, and we're up against a lot, right? It's like the same way you women gotta look at social media and say, I want this, I wanna have this body, I wanna have this lifestyle, I wanna have this job. No, I'm not saying that, I'm just saying the same way women do that, men do the same thing. You're right, I'm saying? They look and they say, I wanna have this body, I wanna have this job, I wanna do that. And for people, and a lot of people don't understand that it's molded by your situation. If I look at my girl and I'm a fat dude, right? And every day she's watching Morris Chestnut and loving it. Every time he comes on, I want a Morris Chestnut body. It's not about.
Listen,
it's about putting that psyche out and putting the mentality on your other. If my girl watches me liking twerk videos and fat asses all day long, she's gonna assume if she has a small ass, I'm not into her ass.
You got something to say? You got.
I halfway agree.
But we got. Well, yeah.
Because yes, you do have some out there, but me, I don't give them. I'm gonna keep my breasts, my booty, and I like to eat. So I'm gonna let my stomach poke out every once in a while. I am not getting ready to get on the internet and be like, I want to look like her and get right down the operating table. It's not happening.
Right.
So let's do, because so let's stay on topic though. This is why. So again, this is still going back to being equally yoked, because if you that type of man that's like, hey, you know, this is what I like doing. I'm on social media looking at, you know, fans only pages or whatever. That's part of your character at that time, and that's a trait that she should already be willing to accept or not accept before y'all go into it, because all of us are going to show our red flags. We're going to show, before we show red flags, we're showing caution flags. And again, that's why we have to be careful and take accountability for what we accepting in our energy, in our space. Because if you get the wrong relationship, yeah, you got a toxic relationship. You chose the wrong person. That's the only outcome. It's a negative outcome. Well, Jasmine, what did you have to say?
I'm not going to be up there long, you guys. I just want to say to the question, how do you know if he or she is the right one? The only way to know is you have to be in love with, what you say, thyself. If you love yourself 50%, you're going to attract someone else that loves you 50%. You know, that's just a simple question. That's just the answer. You have to love yourself 1,000%. That's the only way you're going to attract what you are. If you don't love yourself on the inside, they're not going to love you. I don't care what you do. It's not going to happen. You know, so I used to be in relationships, and I used to be like, dang, they're doing all this stuff, and you know, blaming them, but a part of me on the inside was unhappy with myself. I wasn't doing what I wanted to do. You know what I'm saying? I expected them to love me a percentage that I didn't even love myself. So yeah, if you want to know if you're in the right relationship with the right one, look in the mirror.
Well, I got
and it could be, you know what she said was, well, I say a lot, you do not attract what you want, you attract what you reflect. That's what it boils down to. You do not attract what you want, you attract what you reflect. That's why when Michael Jackson said, I'm starting with the man in the mirror, that's self. We got to take accountability, because we're going to attract exactly what we are. If you got an insecure mate, this is why you're looking out for it. You got to, again, though, we can't go out here taking notes and doing all of this for who's the right one when we ain't the right one for anybody ourselves, because we're going to attract that not right one. So questions to ask yourself. Do y'all communicate well? That's one of the questions. Would you know? Are you and your mate able to communicate well? What do you have to say about that part?
That's a mandatory. You have to be able to communicate well.
Effective communication.
Very much so.
Agree. What's your
At times, yeah. Communication is definitely effective at times. But the majority of the times, you know what I'm saying, it's just about knowing, and sometimes the unspoken words is the most powerful words. You know, if you spend enough time with people, you're going to learn them. You know what I'm saying? Like, a lot of people don't invest. It's crazy because you say, how do you know if it's the one? And they haven't even invested. The first accident, the first mistake is done.
It's you, it's out.
So, you know, it's weird. You know.
That's it.
But that means they wasn't the one, though.
I'll answer my question on how you know you found the one. At the end, I'll let you all know my concept on how you know or when you know you found the one.
And we're all, that's what we do at the end. We all gonna give our perspective of how we know we found the one. That's just questions. Questions number 2, questions to ask yourself. Do you or they fit in with the things that matter to you and or them? Okay, do you or they fit in with the things that matter to you or them? So are we complementing one another's interests and professions and wants and needs and where we looking, you know, like you asked, like what's your 5-year plan, 3-year plan, that type thing is a question to ask. Third, are we on the same page? And being, are we on the same page is basically going to be the whole 360. Do you want kids? I want kids. You want kids too? Okay. Well, what's your religion? You believe in the Baptist or the spiritual? Okay. So what's your take on, we want to raise kids in the subdivision? How many kids do you want? Do you want a man to work a 9 to 5 or an entrepreneur? Do you want them? Like, these are things about being on the same page, so to speak. So that's homework that we have to do before we know who she or he is the right one.
And to that third one, when you said that, I think that people need to understand that takes time, and every step is changes, and you have to be willing to know that changes. I mean, if you and your girl get together and she's like, I want 3 kids, and she has her first 2, and she's like, I ain't doing it again. You can't be like, yo, we said 3, you know? And if she wants 3 and you don't want 3 after you realize, no, the first 2 was a little work, let's enjoy us. She has to understand that. You know what I'm saying? Like, goals change. If you meet your girl at 19 years old, 20 years old, for all the viewers that's living, I don't know how old y'all may be, but yeah, if you meet your girl at 21 years old, shoot, she may tell you, I want to be a nurse. At 25 years old, sometimes y'all want to be an actress. At 30, maybe you want to be a stripper, whatever the case may be. But you have to be willing to, like, you know, compromise that, right? Be along for that ride, and vice versa, whatever the case may be. It's she's
the one, though.
I mean, the thing is, being the one is a journey. It's like that song Dewey Cox say, The Long Road.
Okay, so we have a comment from Crystal. Communication is a big must in a relationship. Crystal, I definitely agree. Communication is a big must in a relationship. And again, we can talk heavily on communication, y'all. Remember, however, it's effective communication that gets us to the next step in the goal, where the language of communication becomes silent. You with somebody long enough, it's like with your kids, you look, in that choir saying, Mama, give that look, you already know, let me chill out. Like, it's a song and dance we should be doing. We're getting into that. Yeah, absolutely. Things to look for. Are you and your partner in sync? It feels just right, and the sex is different / amazing.
Oh, Lord.
So those will be 3 things that you will look for, that you will see if y'all are compatible with that one.
Which one I like better? It's amazingly different. Tricky sex.
I've had heard people say that they can't rock with that person if the sex ain't right. Like, they I know a lot of people.
You're out of here.
The person is already
Right. So if y'all know.
That was easy, man.
Right.
The person that says I can't rock with a person unless it's amazing sex has already defeated themselves in the quest for finding the one.
Do you believe in love at first sight? Absolutely.
Yes.
Absolutely. Yes. I'm all for it. I've had it. Yes.
Yeah, I've been married 16 years. Right?
They said hell no in the audience. They said hell no.
I can tell y'all, when I first saw my wife, the very first time I saw her, I knew
just know
that was
no. No.
I knew it off the
I'm
birth.
gonna tell y'all why you know it, because that's gonna be how I'm saying we know the last one. You know, he or she
I had
is
to
the
find
right
out
one.
everything about her, like everything. I found out that she liked going to school dances, so I went to my school dance for the first time ever. I've been going to that school, never went to school dance, and found out she was at every one of them. I said, well, I'll be at that one.
That's
That's what's
up.
up. Compromise.
That's what's up.
Questions to ask yourself. Do he or she get along with your kids, family, and friends, and or like them?
That's
That's another mandatory for me.
Nah, I don't think that she has to get along with my baby mother. If I have another kid, she doesn't have to.
Like
you don't think she has to get along with
family,
baby mama?
friends, but I think she do need to get along with the kids.
That's extra drama, extra stress.
Her and the baby mama don't even, like, honestly, besides support of your child, there is no need for the baby mama. Any type of reasoning to be.
Listen.
I believe that you don't have to engage with the baby mother at all, neither party.
So you can't. Okay, so being in a blended family, so out my entire life, and then getting into a relationship with a blended family, the relationship with the opposite, the outside absentee parent, to say that, it's imperative to a certain extent. So let's say, for instance, when I had to pick up the kids, the boys. And we got, you know what I mean? You up here rah-rah, like it changes the energy. I'm big on it, like the shift, the vibration, the whole household. From kids mad because you just sit there and talked about, oh, your daddy's da-da-da-da-da-da-da. That reflects them. That's when we started talking about being kids and playing on the psyche. So then I had to change, then do a paradigm shift with my stepsons because of all the things that their mom was saying because she was mad about the relationship. But you understand, you get more honey. More beans with honey than you do, mess. So then it was like, you know what? With women are funny. So what should be? I know I'm gonna be wiped up. I mean, that was just already in my blood. So the problem was, she knew it too. So let me just help you out, girl. Let me tell you, get the kids, like, I play nice nasty. But if that's what kept the stress off my man, and that's what kept the stress out of the kids. And then, because if you messing with my man, you messing with me. And then the kids, and then my kids gonna say, the house just, you know what I mean? So it does play a part to, like I said, to a certain extent. And then that in turn will put baby mom and daddy in their place. Because they gonna understand that you standing up for that household. We're not coming here with this foolishness.
Man, like, I've had a strict rule since my son was 5. No mommy talk in this house. That's at mommy's house. This is daddy's house. You have this here, you have that there. I don't care what's going on over there. And it's been that way. And my son is now old enough to where, like, hey, even my big mama, but like, yeah, even my big mama knows.
Yeah, she got her questions.
Did you see that? Since you heard that. So, don't let the baby mama cause stress in front of the kids, but the mom and dad can cause stress.
Hey, no, that's...
I'm talking for sense. You can hear that? It's okay. Save the kids from the baby mama, but don't save the kids from each other.
You have to take the kids from each other.
There you go. It goes all across the board, right?
Okay, so again...
Oh, we got a question.
Yes.
How many times have you been or gonna know? It's right there.
How many times? Because you can hear it probably every time. You can hear it in your voice.
Twice.
Ain't no person with a male and female in the house, mom and dad in the house, Fox automatically says it's an unhappy household. This is why I say it's the experience, and you can't allow your experiences and your personal experiences dictate your future. The past is what? Gone. The future is yet to come. You need to live it right now. You're going to miss your blessing. Keep on talking about it, because in the back of your mind, that's what you focus on. Like, that's it, like it's ain't going to work. 2 people in the household, you be running from that shit. He ain't gained the tools.
As long as he gains the tools, and I gave him the tools, he will be able
You
to
gained the tools.
But you gotta get in the field.
Okay, so let's answer, how many times have you been in love? Everybody on the panel, how many times have y'all been in love?
I've been in love twice.
Twice?
Yeah.
They both feel the same?
I remember my first love, and I know it was love. She hurt me bad, and I knew that, and I went through a string of like different girlfriends or whatever, but I still was not happy until, like I said, I saw my wife, and we got together and we talked for 2 years before we even were intimate or anything, you know. So yeah, like that's when you know. Like,
Twice. So she's the second. We have the first love and then the wife is the second.
yeah.
You know that shit's over. 2 years? Oh no.
Whatever. He's that.
I'm gonna run it. I'll let you know what's going on. Yo!
I tell you, because he's been traumatized.
Oh my God.
It's different now, you know.
It's
Like,
very different.
I've been with my wife now 16 years, well, 20 years,
Congratulations
right?
on that.
So times are totally different now, and I get that we're talking from a realm of now, and I just believe that the realms have changed, but the conditions of playing the game are always going to be the same. Just because you start adopting new things and new ways to do things, you have to still bring the same way of doing things to be successful. Your parents that you've seen, your grandparents that you've seen wasn't just running around getting crazy. Your grandparents tell you stop playing with him since I was 12.
Yeah, granddaddies do what they think. They just did it. You know, everything's so out in the open now. You know, guess what? My girl got a girlfriend, and you know what? Hey, baby, I want to too. Y'all come back in the day, like they were still doing the same thing. It's just I'm firm on this. It's not what you do, it's how you do it. It ain't not what you do, it's how you do it. They was doing the same thing. They was just discreet. We had discretion that we don't have now. Don't be sad.
I'd like to hear how many times has Fox love?
Ashley, let's see you cry.
Lord.
Let's see. How many times you been in love?
A lot.
A lot. I tell you, Ashley.
Women keep messing up. They keep messing up, man.
Ashley, how many times you been in love? When you get surprised, you know you're gonna
I've never been in love.
What?
That's because your upbringing. All that you're watching, I'm telling you, it's the chance she knows she was affected.
Yes.
She did not know she was affected. Sit down. Why did you not fall in love? You grew up in the two households, you saw love. What do you mean fall in love?
Y'all, we gonna have a real Smith and Chris
There's the word. I recognize what real love was, and it's already.
Okay, man.
But I ain't wrong.
Don't.
But unless they have that checklist, it's already not a checklist, but it's already a standard.
Okay, do you not have a standard for what your wife is gonna be? And we all gotta have a standard.
But the thing about it is, like in the beginning, you only have a standard for what you want as far as looks, as far as feel in the beginning. And you, like I said, and as you growing, you don't know what you really want, even when you get in a relationship. That's why a lot of people, when the older they get, the happier they're able to, the older they get, the happier they're able to be, because they've already gotten everything out of
So
their
how do
life.
we explain men waiting and they older and still ain't solidified nothing? Again, everybody, this is the thing, we want to put the same stamp on every single man and every single woman. We can't do that. We can say the majority if you want to, and we're looking at statistics, but technically everybody don't fit those thumbs and those rules. I'm not, statistic. I'm a statistic breaker. If you know what I mean. If we go into those type things,
To be
we can
fair,
say
that's
the
not what I'm
majority.
doing though, right? I'm not putting a label on men and women, only marriage and being in a long-standing relationship, right? Because at the end of the day, if you want to tell somebody how to shoot the ball, they have to put their hands up and extend, right? They can't come out and say, well, I'm going to try to start shooting, with my elbows.
If you're a globetrotter, you can do that.
I mean, even the Globetrotters are not shooting. Even the Globetrotters are not doing this.
You're a Globetrotter.
So it's like, yeah, no, I get what you're saying. Like, you can't try to. If someone asks you, how can I get a long-standing marriage? You can't say, well, everyone that's had a long-standing marriage has done A, B, and C, but you get to do B, B2, and B3. You got it.
You can't do this. So one of the keys to a successful marriage is neither one of the parties falling out of love at the same time. Because remind you, love conquers all. So as long as two people are not out of love at the same time, that's when we get a lot of divorces in here. Like they gain hatred. I'll challenge y'all to watch War of the Roses. Amazing movie. And but horrific at the same time, based all about marriage, the power of the marriage, and the man and the wife trying to both hold the power. And then y'all call me up and tell me what y'all gained from that. So, but with the thing with Ashley saying, because she know what love look like, Ashley, you need to elaborate and explain that so that they can understand and is where you're coming from in your mind. Because remember, we only can take account for what we're thinking. I can try to guess what Jasmine says, Z and Marisha, everybody all day long. Only they know what's been cultivated and planted in their own psyche, and they can be able to relay that. And you know, I can have a good idea. Oh yeah, I'm a marriage coach, so I know that you this, that, and the third. But until you really sit down and get to the root of it and where it's coming from, a lot of that again is self. A lot of what we deal with ourselves that we have not dealt with, or that we have dealt with, and now we have to figure out how to, you know, make it fit into our world.
Yeah.
What you haven't been in love because you know what love looks like. Why?
It's not even that I know what it looked like. Ain't nobody came my way that showed me that they ready to love me. So that's why I have not been in love. It has nothing to do with my background. It has to do with the people who are coming around me that don't want to show love. So therefore, until I get that right desire of love, I'm just gonna be by myself.
That's fair. Okay, come around and get the mic. Okay, speak loudly.
Question: how do you know that if everybody's love is different? How do you know they're not loving you like that? Or how do you know it's not love if, like, you feel like it's not love, but it is love coming from them?
Because not only do I look at what a person do, I look at their character, their actions. Everything that you wake up and do every day, from the time you get up out of the bed till you go to sleep, is an action.
That's not
It's
love.
a part of a character.
Yeah.
So if your character and your actions not showing me that you love me, then there it is. It's right there. It doesn't matter how long you spent together. If you just met each other, it doesn't matter. People have strong like for people.
So if he get up every day and go to work, come home, cook you dinner and all that, that's not love?
No, but if he, but that's not what she's talking like
Yes,
that. I bet.
that is love, but ain't nobody showing.
That's a routine.
You're probably more the guy
That's not
that
love. That's a routine.
Yeah,
But that's a
why I
routine.
know. That's why I keep by myself. Because
So listen, in order
it's
to
not even standards, it's criteria in that.
So
That's a criteria.
remember, action is just what it is. Like lights, camera, action. People show you who they are to a certain extent based on action. Again, we gotta flip it and see where's that person with that action coming from. Are they coming from a place of past childhood trauma, shadow side, hurt, you know, fear? There's a lot of reasons why people don't show who they really are. We all have good in us just like we all have bad in us. But what we have to do too, when you start incorporating another person into your world, into your life, you have to at that point know 100% that you're willing to run that damn race.
Yeah.
Because you're going to see some things, you're going to feel some things, you're going to hear some things. And if we keep walking on, oh, you know what? She didn't, you know what, she don't cook breakfast. Because I'm going to tell you, there is some things out the gate. I'm not a breakfast maker. When I make breakfast, absolutely. But I'm coming into the door telling you, don't think every morning you're going to get breakfast. I'm just not that girl. So that's something, no, what it is this is who I am. So either you're going to accept me for where I am and who I am, just like you may say, you know what, baby, I don't cook. I feel like the woman should cook. I have to be willing to be okay. But again, this is why I say, everybody's idea of what their love and their relationship and their happiness is different. But in the things that I found out too, that we say, you know what? Like, you know, I want my guy, he got to be 6'1", this, that, and the third. Well, if I fall in love with somebody 5'9", what the hell does that mean? You know what I mean? So we have to be able to understand, just like the world evolves, we have to evolve in our mental. We have to evolve with one another. And we too busy holding people accountable for fucking being them. They are who they are. Either you accept them where they at and y'all grow together, or you go on and you find somebody else. Because if you're looking for Mr. and Mrs. Perfect, you dying by yourself just like you came by yourself. None of us are perfect.
You've been one of the people on this panel here that's actually been through what we would call a successful marriage, right? It went until death did you part. So when you understand that, like, if you come out and you tell a young lady, look, every day you don't have to cook. It's okay.
I'm not going to tell her that.
I mean, if you tell her that.
I'm not. You know why? Because that was my personal decision. I'm never going to tell her that.
That's the thing.
Cook for me every day.
That's why I was telling on my I posted earlier today that we've grown now accustomed to not holding people accountable.
Remove the gender role.
Right, like,
I agree with that, right? Because my friends ask me, how have you stayed married so long, right? My wife cooks whenever she feels like it.
You cook?
I cook all the time, damn near every day, right? But the thing is, my wife cleans. I don't cook, right? She pays like bills. I just give cards. She just has all the cards. We got joint accounts and everything. I don't even know, right? I don't even pay none of that attention. All I need to know is lights don't go off, and that's all about it, right? Roof over the head, car notes paid. We don't care about nothing, right? I smoke my weed, I make my songs, I do my thing. No one is upset, right? But then they say, well, no, your wife is supposed to do this and she's supposed to do that. But then that's all for my single friends or my friends that get divorced.
So again, that's not only do you not take advice from single people, and I don't even want to say divorced people, but you know, there's some evidence, even with married people. Because remember, now your house is, you let her pay all the bills, and you work, you do your thing, this and the third. So let's say, you know, but then you cook, right? You said you cook and she clean, right? There we go. So then, that's going, Jasmine, let's take the roles out of it. The reason why we have to take the standard of everybody else out of it, because your households ran that way. So my house is ran the complete opposite, but I'm happy in my household too, but this is how it ran. You're happy in your household the way it's ran. So what we have to do, that's why I say I would never tell a woman, girl, you ain't got to cook all the time. I'm absolutely going to tell you, like, make it clear to whoever you in this relationship with what you are and are not going to do from the very beginning. Who you are or not in the beginning. I don't care if it's sexual. You know what? I'm that missionary girl, so you might want to think, oh, you know what? Hey, let's go to the bookstore. Let's get the wheels, the chains, the blue lights, and all that. Like, whatever all of these things are, we too busy hiding who we organically are. And when that person find out who you are, you like, oh, this is the wrong MF right here. She showed me, and he showed me somebody completely different. So it's not so much like accountability. I'm going to take accountability for who I am. And I'm going to take accountability the fact that I'm going to come to you straight up and say, yeah, I'm super protective over the people I love. I'm coming like a freaking hurricane. I don't care how much I smell and hey and this and that. Mess with something I love and we got some problems. I'm telling you that, boy, homeboy out the gate. You know what I mean? A lot of things. So if we, again, know these things about one another, we can make a conscious decision and choose the right person. You know what I mean? I really feel like all of us are single, not because we're not choosing the right people. We got too many damn options rolling around. So as soon as somebody do something that we don't agree with, it's on to the next.
Yeah, and that's how it's so hard to find the one, and especially in today's world, right? When you have options, and you got rappers singing, I got options,
That's
baby. You know what I'm saying? Like, it puts a psyche in people's head. I don't have to do the things that make long-standing relationships. I don't have to talk. I don't have to give you my time. I don't have to invest in what you want to do. If you don't care, I'll get another one.
What did he say? It's just music? I couldn't hear it. What's just music?
Nothing should be influencing a man to do anything. I'm not gonna be sitting with my girl because she think Tyrese look good, and I'm gonna say, I want to look like Tyrese today. Like, bruh, no man is thinking like that. No man, I don't care if my woman watch 10,000 dudes. Like, I'm not gonna compare myself or feel insecure because of that.
But you do, in a way. Subconsciously, a lot of men do. When you throw on the chains, the designer belts, the designer shoes, and you make sure that image is perpetuated.
How does that make you feel that way if you got your own goals? If you see a person that's got that, okay, yeah, you got your own goals, but that don't mean you want to be that person. That don't mean you gonna have the same path to go get it.
It's not about being that person, right? Because think about it like this.
You just said that the person who want to look like Tyrese, make him insecure, and they want to look like all this and that. Like, no, they not.
Looking like a person and being a person is two different things. And then, like I said, it's the psyche that gets embedded. And of course, like I said,
look, all right, so when it comes to relationships with me, look, first off, I'm the breadwinner. So look, I'm not even good, none of that extra stuff. So look, first off, my girl not working, she not doing none of that. What is your goals? What is your dreams? Let's turn you into a boss. Let's get some money, and let's travel the world and be happy. That's whatever comes to happen in between and all that. I just told you, once I go on her dreams, and I'm gonna invest in that. What it is you want to do, let's turn you into a boss so you don't gotta work for nobody else. And let's be happy, let's travel. So we able to travel, you a boss, I'm a boss, I'm an artist. so 9 out of 10, you're gonna have to go where I'm going, you feel me? So you're gonna have to get.
She has to cater to you. Get on board with you.
I feel like any woman I'm dealing with definitely will want to fit my lifestyle, like.
You're okay with a woman just not doing nothing, you just don't take care of her?
I'm not. I just said whatever her goals and dreams is, we're gonna accomplish that.
Are you in a relationship now?
Yeah.
What's that called? Okay, so
We-
well, we go to that situation.
That's what I'm saying. Listen, I believe in marriage. Like, as far as relationships, I don't really do that. Like, I believe in if we building something and we build something, then like if we.
Somebody said they'll be your girlfriend. What?
I feel like it's just going steps. But that's another thing. Like, I'm not that type of cat either. Like, I'm gonna see what you're about too. Like, I'll pull up in a regular car. You don't even know the type of. I live on 10 acres right now, beautiful house, but you wouldn't even know the type of nigga. If you go outside right now, I'm driving a Pontiac G6.
Yeah.
But I'm about to pick up a Benz. Like, stop playing with me. Like, look, I'm just different. You feel me? Like, I don't care about none of that. And if you think I'm gonna invest in you, just stop playing with me, bro. You stop. No.
Yeah, no, like, I do.
If I like you, if we go out on a date and we get to know each other and we feeling each other, then I'm gonna change your situation, yeah. But you're not finna just play me or con me like I'm some goofy. Like, what did you say? Like,
See, like, that's the new era, though.
that's not what I'm. If she invests in herself, cool. Now let's buy another one. Let's franchise. Let's build it. Let's build something else. Like, what are you talking about? Like, let's build, bro. Like, it's simple with me. We ain't gotta fight, argue, nothing. Let's travel. Let's build. Let's enjoy life. It's simple.
I do believe that
If you want to do anything else besides that, don't be with me. I'm not trying to fight. I ain't trying to argue. I want life the way I want it to be honest. So if you can't fit that, that's cool. I'm just not the dude for you. That's good. That's cool. Like, and I should go for anybody. Whatever standards, whatever you got. If somebody don't fit that, it's okay.
It is what it is. Like,
It is.
it's gotta be okay, because we
It is
gotta
definitely
choose
okay.
the right persons, the right for ourselves. You know what I mean? So, anytime you don't do the right thing, let's say you studying for a test or you didn't study for a test in school, you're not gonna get a freaking A, B, or a C plus. You're gonna fail because you ain't put in the work. And everybody keep thinking y'all can have these relationships without putting in the work. It's not gonna happen. It's not a quick microwave fix. And if somebody moved the way you feel like they should move, and you wanna dismiss them, then you're gonna be dismissing people your whole entire life. We're not gonna have no situations, no marriages, no relationships where everybody agrees. We're not even agreeing on the
That's
panel
just
right
like y'all
now.
saying, like-
And ain't none of us in a relationship. So we gotta get this out of our minds. Love each other enough to respect them where they at and work together.
Yeah.
This shit's not hard. It's really not. It's not hard. This is why things are not working and staying together, because ain't nobody putting in the work to stay together. You can't fault somebody for being who they are and working through who they are, and then you sit back like it's okay, and as soon as you want somebody to work through who you are. We all are a work in progress until the day we take our last breath.
Yes.
Period.
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 Hallelujah!
I gotta start something. I'm just saying, like, and just like believing in love at first sight, like, I believe in, okay, infatuation, that's cool, but I feel like love is built. It's built brick by brick. We gotta go through something. We gotta build something. I feel like it's built. Like, yeah, we can be infatuated with one another. Like, yeah, that's cool. Like, it's fun. We in love. And I think it's the difference between being in love and love. You feel me? Like, we can be in love for that moment, but if I love you, I love you forever. I love you for a lifetime. Yeah, it's cool to be in love. That's cool. It's cool to be infatuated. You feel me? But
That's right. So let's go to our panel. We're gonna tell how did each one of us gonna tell how do we know he or she, in our own opinion, is the right one before we close out. Let's start with you, Trey. I love it. I love it. I love it. I knew he was
for
gonna get
me,
you.
like, no, it's just for me, like, I just like chilling. Like, if we fit, we fit. Like, I don't ask for much. Like, let's just go out, chill, kick it, and if we fit, we vibe. Like, you don't gotta go wrong. You know what I'm saying? Like, we fit.
I know that's the one, the fit. All right, Pastor Mike, what you say, Fox? Sly.
What's the question again?
How do you know, in your opinion, if she is the right one?
Only if my opinion only matters.
I mean, but we're only talking about you, because at this point, it is only our opinions, because it's your relationship that you were looking for. What everybody else think has nothing to do with what you cultivate with
Talking about the other
yourself.
person, though.
No, what is your idea? Like, how would you say, you know what, I think she's it? We ain't talking about if she think you it, but in your own psyche, how would you say she's the one?
we would be compatible, like to the fullest. Everything I like, she like, we like.
So if you leave tonight and go somewhere and you meet somebody, how you gonna know if she gonna work?
Depends on how much money she got.
He plays shit. I was going to do that a lot.
I don't know. Oh, she paid, yeah.
Oh, Lord. Okay, Ashley. We gonna work on him. We gonna work on that brother. Work in progress with the big yellow and black tape. It's a cost. That is. How do you know that he's the one, Ashley? How would you know?
She don't know. She done said that already. She never said love. And you gonna ask her?
How she know what she is? She said because.
How does she know what she never said it?
I can't talk because y'all.
Okay, go ahead and talk. Go ahead and talk.
I would say if it came around,
You would know it if you said it. Okay,
I
go
would
ahead.
say I would be googly, have butterflies, the vibe would be right. I would want to be up under him every day. I do have those situations. I just ain't been in love.
Okay, all right.
So
I don't want no smoke. Okay. No smoke, no love. No smoke.
We all need some love over in live life, okay? So, success. How would you know she's the one?
Before I got married, I always thought it was like when you find that one that makes you want to be more focused on them being a better person, right? And them being ahead of you. Like when you're willing to drop everything that you got going on to make sure they straight, and they good, no matter what. When your time, I met my wife. I met my wife when I was 19 years old. No, I'm sorry. I married her when we got married at 19. Yeah, we've been together 20 years.
Right, so how does it know at 16 and all that?
So that's the thing, because at the end of the day,
Oh, shit.
You can't get mad about it, like it's a thing, right? It's a thing, right?
I know Jesus at 14 and got mad at this man because he fell in love with
Nah, let me tell you something. At 16 years old,
Get on the mic, okay?
exactly. You know how many of my friends were having sex with everybody in high school?
How?
How you figure
How you
that?
know?
Oh, thank you, everyone.
And then can I go? Or no? Okay.
Like I said, like you know these things when, like I said, if you
first?
no,
Oh, okay.
that wasn't my first.
Damn.
So
As a matter of fact, I had a baby mother before. I met my wife. Okay. Yeah, so like, you gotta understand, when I was, no, listen up. Let me explain to you real quick. I was with 4 other women before I met my baby mother.
You
And let me explain to you. But you have to understand this. Let me explain to you. Let me explain to you. Let me explain to you though. Let me explain to you.
Single
wasn't in love with her.
No.
Before her.
No, I wasn't even in love with my baby mother. I wasn't in love with my baby mother before her. I just had a kid. Now mind you, I played football, I played baseball.
You just had a kid, that was it?
Yeah, I just had a kid. But you know, people sleep. I got my baby mother pregnant at 16, and my first son is 17 years old. So you have to understand.
You weren't texting your baby mama,
No, I wasn't chasing her. I'm the starting quarterback of my football team. I'm the starting quarterback of my football team. I'm the starting pitcher of my baseball team. You know, you explain to him, right? Because you gotta understand, when you go after her, you was just like, this is love. So, like, do you want an explanation? Or not? Do you want to understand, or you want to keep this injected? Because like I said, you gotta understand, when I was growing up, I was raising my brothers and sisters. My mother was in a car accident that she was left for. So I was already the oldest out of all my brothers and sisters. So when you talk about being grown, I was already that person bringing my girlfriend over the house to stay over, spend the night, doing all this other stuff. Church. No, my mama wasn't cool. My mama was always gone because she had to provide for 4 kids. So I was being slick and grown, doing what I wanted to do. It got to a certain point in my life when I realized that I was 17 years old. meeting my now wife, and she's telling me that, you know, this girl is saying she's pregnant by you. See, I was a starting quarterback in my high school, 4 state championships. I was a starting pitcher recruited by the Philadelphia Phillies straight out of high school. So I was doing my thing wrong, right? Now, when I knew that I was with my girl that I'm with now, my wife, when we got together, I didn't want to do nothing. I didn't want to do nothing but talk on the phone, after practice, get to her house, stay at her practice, stay at her house until it was time to go home, get up the next day, see her at school.
That's what, so he knew she was the one. He knew, that's how he knew.
Cheating on you though.
No cheating on me. So,
I wasn't there for years. I never cheated on my wife. She never cheated on me.
But you know
I
it.
think, I
Well,
think,
even that I know her.
so listen.
That would matter.
but at 16, bro, I guess you had your own experience. You feel me? Like, at 16,
I already knew what I wanted. Like, I knew that I did not want to bring what my father had brought. I knew I didn't want to do that. I knew I didn't want to be chasing women all my life. I knew I didn't want to be like my friends who were every day, every night, chasing women, getting in shootouts.
So how about we do this? This is what we're gonna do. We're gonna bring them on next week. Both of you men agree. We're gonna talk about some things. Maybe we'll do it. But this is pretty interesting. I just want to get super off topic, and then we gotta party to, you know, we gotta let the DJ spin the records and all that good stuff. So you knew that your wife was the one, because everything else you had a desire to do, it stopped with her. That's how you knew. Now,
I just wanted to enhance her.
Okay,
and
so
then
that
you never looked at another woman.
So we're not doing that. Now, no, I'm sure his wife's watching. We ain't doing that. So let me tell you my opinion on how my belief and how I know you know, or I would know he's the one. When I see this man, I find this man. When I look at him, I see a reflection of me. When he looks at me, he should see a reflection of himself in me. So that means we mirror one another. And with us mirroring one another, when you look in the mirror, you look and you say, oh man, like my eyes are dark, I ain't had enough sleep today. Oh, I got a blemish right here. Or that you critique yourself enough. We are our own worst enemies, right? So when my man's a reflection of me, I'm going to be able to see my flaws and my shadow side that my man is going to bring out and cultivate and nourish, and I'm in exchange going to do the same thing for him. So when you find that mate, that he or she, that makes you want to be a better you, because you see your flaws in the reflection of the mirror in them, then that's how you know he's the one. Thank you guys. I welcome you. Thank you for joining us tonight. Have a great night and see y'all again next Tuesday.